Hey y'all, Phyllis, and this is Mr. Bucky,
Okay.
southernfrugal.com, and we wanted to give sort of an update on where we are, right?
Right.
So,
Well, we still haven't been to the beach yet.
we haven't.
Oh, well, y'all, we've had a sick dog, but we since we've talked to you, I think the two of us last, we've accomplished some things. We've gone on some errands in the RV,
Yeah.
and to dump the tanks one time, and to go get some diesel another time, and it's it's a little short distance down the road.
And we got propane. That
Yeah,
trip
that's
was
right.
only about 30 minutes. 30
Yeah,
minutes.
that's right. We've been to two different pilot Flying J
Yeah.
stations.
Oh, and at the one, we were gonna top off the gas, and the RV wouldn't go in between the posts.
No, now that was an interesting thing.
It really was,
That
and we were
interesting.
trying to figure out what truck would get through
Yeah, I
there.
know it.
Because are we wider than a truck? I don't think so.
I don't know. Well, about the same. But the thing about it was they didn't give any room to spare.
Yeah, and if you could have gotten in there, you couldn't have gotten the
No.
door open.
But they had a special place for RVs.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, and we ended up going
That
there.
particular
I
one.
told them about that, and that lady, people kept coming, getting in front of me, and finally I'd had enough,
Yeah.
and I just blew the horn at the lady, and she was like, still wasn't gonna move, and so then finally she realized I'd been sitting there a long time to
Right,
waiting.
right. That was
And
interesting.
they just would come in right and just zoom right in front of me. That was kind of rude too, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. But now the time before, the man helped us with the
Yeah.
with that about dumping. How to do it.
We had all
that
kinds
kind
of
of thing.
help then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so let me get my notes. Why don't you talk when you get my notes about
Okay.
Peppy?
Well, let me just say this: we picked up some things in the last several weeks, I guess you might say. One is a truck monitoring system on the tires, truck tire monitoring system, and we thought we had that taken care of. But then when we went to we've gotten it from Camping World, and then we went to use it. The daggone sensors didn't work. I think we had one sensor
Yeah.
to work, but so the monitor won't work.
The monitor didn't work at
Won't
all.
Work, so we had to call and get a replacement.
Well, we didn't call Camping World.
No,
We
no.
called the actual company.
I don't know how long that thing had been on the shelf.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
4
And
years.
it's a lithium battery, and so we had 6 sensors, and 5 of them were only one
Right.
sensor worked,
Right.
and we didn't find out it worked until they sent us a new monitor
Yeah, that's right.
directly from the company, which we really like the company. But
Right.
anyway, we do have it all down pat now. But
That's
then
right.
Peppy got really sick, so
And in the meantime, we've ordered. We've joined Good Sam's Club. We've joined Passport America.
yeah.
We've got several books to help us with our travels that we haven't taken yet.
He's got both dogs in his lap. Let
Yeah.
me turn this down. There's Peppy.
There's Peppy right there.
Peppy, look up here.
Peppy's the one that's been sick.
He's the one been sick.
But Peppy,
he's much-
he's 18 years
Yeah.
old, y'all.
And there's
Yeah.
Steely. Steely's
there's
all.
Steely right there.
Can you
Stevie.
look up?
Look at that,
Can you look up? Steely hadn't gotten sick, thank the Lord, but
No.
he is also 8 years younger. Is it 8 years?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's 10, is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's 10 now.
yeah. Mhm.
But anyway, so you want me to explain about what Peppy had?
Yeah, I think that's fine. But these magazines, these booklets we've gotten, are going to be very helpful when we hit the road.
When we hit the road, yeah.
But we've decided, though, take this first trip still down to the beach,
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach, where we know where we're going.
Once the weather clears.
Yeah,
We're
that-
not going down there
what-
with it 46 degrees.
Y'all, it's been cold here.
But we did have 2 or 3 days where it was really nice, and if Peppy had been well, we would have
Yeah.
jumped in the RV
We
and
would've been ready
left,
to
but he
go.
got sick. So anyway, what I wanted to tell y'all, because this is some stuff I didn't know, neither Mr. Bucky or I knew. Obviously, we knew what kennel cough was,
Right.
because they always get the little thing that they squirt up their nose when they get their regular shots. And what I didn't know is that really only protects against 3 types of kennel cough. There are many, many different types of kennel cough. And so,
I didn't know that.
no, I didn't know it either until the vet told me. Anyway, we had taken him to the vet twice, and we got the antibiotics we got were clindamycin, which did not work at all. Would you say at all?
Didn't work at all.
And so 3 days later, I called the vet back. Well, we actually took him back in, and he had also got an injection. And he said that there was analgesic in it and some B vitamins, which that's
Okay,
Peppy's
Peppy.
cough now. You got his neck there.
Well, there's a lot of piece on my neck.
There. Okay, he needs to sit up. He
Okay.
needs to sit up. Yeah. Okay, so and just we're gonna have to put him on the floor. He's
You
got
wanna,
it.
you wanna hold Steely?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to
All
hold
right.
Steely. No. Anyway, I was talking about the antibiotics. So and by the way, this cough is better now. I know that
Yes.
sounds terrible to y'all, but we can tell it's a lot better than it was, and he doesn't cough as often. And part of the reason I think he had his neck on Mr. Bucky's arm, which
Right.
caused that. But
And one
anyway,
thing, we keep him in a cold room
Yeah,
now.
it
and
has to be
with
cold.
a fan going.
that's right. That's right. So anyway, the first antibiotics was clindamycin. 3 days later, and he had a shot. And 3 days later, we took him back, and the vet said, "Okay, we're going to have to get out the big guns."
Yeah, that's right.
And so he gave him Baytril. Okay, 3 days later, and he gave him another shot. 3 days later, Baytril helped a little bit. Would you say?
I'd say
A
so.
little bit. Now, all this time, he was not running any kind of temperature at
That's
all.
right.
No
That's right.
temperature.
We thought we were ready to go.
Yeah, and he didn't even feel bad, or he didn't act like he felt bad, really.
That's right.
So anyway, I kind of got discouraged at that point, and so we decided to get a second opinion. So we still wanted to give that antibiotic, maybe we thought we hadn't waited long enough, so we
Right.
still gave it to him. Then finally, I got fed up, and I said, well, I had some ciprofloxacin that I had from a year ago, some that we had given Wheeler. Now, Wheeler, of
Right.
course, passed away,
Yeah.
and because his problem wasn't an infection, he had cancer.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I gave Peppy some of that.
Mhm.
The next day he was better, wasn't he?
He was better.
Definitely better. So I continued giving him that, but the cough kept on. Not a bad cough, but it just kept on. And so we took him for a second opinion. So the second time I took him to the vet, I wanted him x-rayed, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
And I kept saying I want it, but he said, no, let's just give him more antibiotics. So we did that. And so the second, getting a second opinion, the veterinarian was much closer. Her name is Lori.
Yeah.
And I was most impressed, I'll have to tell you. They gave him an x-ray and found out he had a little bit of fluid in his lungs.
Right.
And also she said she was pretty sure that what he had was a type of kennel cough that went into bronchitis and tracheosis. Something bronchitis,
He's got a
trachea.
collapsed trachea.
Trachea, yeah. And so anyway, she said that even the first antibiotic would have killed any bacteria there. For sure the second would, and the third one, no question. So the problem was he had a little bit of fluid in his lungs, which showed up on the x-ray.
That's right.
And-
We'd gotten that x-ray beforehand.
If we'd gotten the x-ray the
Or
first
earlier,
visit, we would have
yeah.
known, yeah. So she didn't prescribe any more antibiotics, just,
Right.
what do you call those pills?
Fluid, I don't know. Fluid pill.
It was a fluid pill. And, but anyway, so he had to go to the bathroom, go outside every 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All day long. And then in the night, Mr. Bucky stayed down here with him in the recliner.
Yeah.
And he would get up, every 2 hours to go
Yeah,
out.
That's right.
And anyway, he's definitely better. Now, y'all heard the cough he just did. That was because his neck was being pressed on. But I would say he doesn't cough now, but every 2 or 3 hours.
If that.
If that,
So
yeah.
It's just
And
sporadic.
And at night and he's sleeping better.
Right. Well,
He's still
what-
sleeping with him down
We've got
here
that
at night.
overhead fan on,
Yeah.
and that is stirring the air enough to where,
Yeah.
and it's cold. We've got it
Yeah, we
60.
turn the heat, the thermostat to 60, and he actually does better because what we noticed was if he was coughing when we let him outside to go to the bathroom, he actually would be better when he came
That's
back
right.
in. It was
That's right.
pretty amazing. So anyway, the vet understood that too. She said that's just the way it is. You know, it's like if you've got a bad cold, a cold room is better than a hot room.
That's
You
right,
won't-
and you know we've known that.
Yeah,
we've
we
known
did.
that, but whatever, we were keeping it. We weren't really keeping it that hot at night, but it
No,
was
60
like
was where we
about
had.
65 maybe.
No, we had it on 60.
No, I'm talking about before.
Oh, before, yeah, yeah.
and maybe that was a little bit too hot for him.
Yeah. So anyway, what we do take Peppy back next Monday,
Right.
and what she spent what, an hour and a half with me,
Long time.
long time, and explaining everything. Now he's 18 years old,
Yeah.
and so she said that when dogs get as old as he is, the bronchial tubes get a type of stenosis. They don't give as easily because one night, now this is before we took him for the second opinion, we were counting the breaths when he was asleep at
Yep.
44 breaths per minute. And
We had to do something, y'all.
that was scary. It was really scary. And so then after this, sleeping last night, he was taking 16 breaths a minute, which is still a
That's
little
right.
high.
Well, but it hadn't been over about like 24
That's
for the
right.
last several days now.
Last several nights.
Yeah, and that was only after he was winded,
Yeah,
going outside,
yeah.
And running. He still wants to play,
Yeah, and
Still
he's
wants
not
to
running
play.
a temperature at all.
and he's got a good appetite.
Oh, yeah. And what we found out, because they did the second opinion vet, which is probably going to be our permanent veterinarian.
I think so. Well, the other one
'Cause
is
it's closer.
Yeah, the other one's in Columbia.
Much closer.
It was an
Yeah.
old veterinarian that we knew, but
Yeah,
this girl here, she's on top of it, I
yeah,
think.
I thought she was too. So anyway, what she explained to me was sometimes when dogs have heart conditions, they prescribe a drug. It's called Lastic. And they can stay on it for the rest of their lives if they have some kind of heart condition like a heart murmur
Large heart.
or enlarged heart.
Which his is.
She said his was ever the slightest bit maybe enlarged, but she wasn't sure about that. But in listening to him, she said his lungs sounded clear, which the other vet said the lungs were clear,
That's
but see,
right.
they really weren't. They had some fluid, and she showed me the x-rays. It was just a little thin line on both lungs, just a very thin little line of fluid. So anyway, the problem with the coughing is poodles are very prone to a collapsed trachea,
Yeah. Which he
and
does.
as other small dogs are. So it's kind of like, she explained it like a straw that you suck and then it collapses and then it opens back up, and that's sort of what happens. And he gets that. He's always had that to do with
That's
drinking
right.
water.
That's right.
He'll
Several-
get choked a little
several
bit.
years.
And so anyway, we kind of got to the bottom of it, I think, don't you?
I think so.
And I didn't think it was kennel cough. I really didn't think it was kennel cough because he had had the vaccine. But she very quickly said, no, the vaccine only works against 3 types of kennel cough.
We
That's
didn't know
it.
enough to know what we didn't know.
That's right, we didn't. And so anyway, she asked me if had he been in a kennel. And I said, well, not recently. The last time he was in the kennel, it's a pet resort kennel, was December the 1st and 2nd when we picked up the RV. And so you quickly could see 4 weeks later,
Right.
he got sick. Now, Steely didn't get sick. He's younger, probably got a much better immune system.
Right.
But anyway, in all that doing, what we looked up was we found out they have on record a poodle that lived to be 26 years old, which really relieved us, because when you think of a dog 18 years old, you think, oh, they ain't got much longer, right?
And I tell you what, this has been a fine dog for me.
Yeah, he's
It's
Mr. Bucky's
He's just a
dog, for
great,
sure.
great friend.
Yeah.
Great friend.
Super loyal, super loyal. In fact, Mr. Bucky can't go in there and take a bath because he'll go sit right at the door. He won't
Yeah,
move
that's right.
until Mr. Bucky
Or
comes
if I go in
out.
there for whatever reason,
Yeah, if
he's
he's
right
working
there.
in the office, he's right beside Mr. Bucky's chair all the time. So anyway, so that's about it. That's really why we haven't gone anywhere. We're waiting to get Peppy well, and there was a time when I didn't think he was going to make it. It was the saddest thing. It was.
It took a lot of prayer.
It really did,
And
because
faith.
he was just not getting any better, and I was really relieved to get the X-ray to find out he didn't have any tumors or anything. In fact, that's
Amen.
yeah.
Praise God.
The first time when the vet came back in after taking the X-rays, the first thing she said is there are no tumors, no tumors. So that was really good news. So we're expecting a long life for him, and also that probably she's going to put him on that Lastic, which is really a heart drug,
Yeah.
but it helps with the breathing thing, the bronchial tubes that become kind of stiffened with age,
Yeah.
and she said it would definitely help. So anyway, he's going to take the fluid pills for the rest of this week, and we take him back on Monday.
And we'll go from there.
And maybe we'll get to go to the beach next week,
Sometime.
if the
enough.
weather gets
If the
warm.
weather, right now it's rainy and cold.
Cold as it can be, yeah. So,
But at any rate, it's been kind of frustrating, really.
it really
Because
has.
we had planned to go somewhere around Christmas time, and then the week after Christmas, and then we just.
It just, yeah.
It
Yeah, and then we were
kept
planning to go
having problems.
before Christmas.
Well,
there.
that's true.
Yeah.
We've had the TV set and what
That's all Mr. Bucky needs is a TV set, right?
Well, anyway, that's been ready to go, and we were ready to go.
Yeah. So, that's it. Can you think of anything else? Oh, and I have been cooking some, but
Oh, you sure have.
I had had a bunch of smoothies. I had 7 days for us to go to the beach. And so it worked out pretty good, because when he got the sickest, we were just using the frozen smoothies, thawing them out. And
Right.
but anyway, so maybe we can get to do some
Now
more.
you got some of that Carolina barbecue.
Yeah, I did barbecue yesterday. But y'all, when you got a sick dog or anybody in the family sick, it's hard to do a video. I just can't get into it. You know what I'm saying? I find it very difficult.
Well, it's just you got to be in a positive mood.
That's right, and really with him, and not knowing, I think once they did the X-rays, and you knew he didn't have any tumors in his lungs or his throat, the relief was just, it was just overwhelming, really. I just haven't been normal here in the last few days, really, because it was so negative, thinking he wasn't going to make it sometimes.
Yeah, and we sometimes we didn't even want to go out to eat. We wanted to go, but we were
Yeah.
a little bit leery.
Yeah, we didn't go out for my birthday, which means you owe me a birthday meal.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we've already talked about where we wanted to go.
Yeah, and we just had, I mean, what can you do? And how would it have been any fun knowing we were leaving a dog at home sick? You just couldn't do it. I couldn't, anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's it. So Peppy, he's asleep now, look at that. Peppy,
Peppy to sleep.
Peppy, you gonna wake up or you just gonna go to sleep?
I'm not ready to wake up right now, Mom.
He's been really tired because he's missed so much sleep, because he couldn't breathe.
And little
and-
Steely, and I tell you what, when Peppy's not right, or little Steely's not right.
That's
either.
right, and would y'all believe Steely actually lost weight? We couldn't believe it, but he knows that Peppy is not
That's right.
back to himself yet. So, are you better now, though? He ate all his breakfast this
He
morning. Yeah,
did.
he got to where he wasn't eating.
That's right.
Because Peppy was sick.
And he is a very dependent dog. He's a follower wherever, Peppy is
That's right.
his hero.
Is Peppy your hero? Yeah. He doesn't like to do anything without Peppy. See,
That's
Peppy's
right.
my buddy. Yeah.
That's right.
All right, y'all, that's about it. And I guess we will see y'all whenever we see you. But we are going to definitely take a trip, and we're definitely going to do some videos, right?
Soon, yes, soon.
Soon.
Right.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Take
Bye.
care.